Okay, for those of you that know me, you know I love Restorative Ocean Farms, and I have an art degree, so I love to draw the solutions that are my favorite. I also have a cat right here who is totally getting in the shot. Move your booty, thank you. Anyway, the idea behind a restorative ocean farm is that you're growing multiple things in one area, right? Oysters, clams, seaweed, mussels, scallops. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in this particular arrangement, but the idea is a polyculture. Poly as in many, culture as in growth. This answers the question that this little guy, I'm pretending this is Bren Smith, this answers the question of what does the ocean want us to grow? This is essentially asking ourselves, how does the ecosystem want to support us? And in turn, how can we support it, right? You've got all these bivalves that are filter feeders. And so they improve the water quality, as does the seaweed. And all of these little itty bitty baby fish here are super stoked to have some habitat where they can grow up into bigger fish. Hey, maybe we fish them later. Anyway, it also provides a lot of economic security because you have multiple things that you can harvest multiple times a year. So if some disease comes through and wipes out all of your mussels, maybe you still have seaweed or clams or something else. If you're a fisher and something terrible happens to your target fish stock, you still have all of these other things that you can harvest. And the amazing thing about this is you can have a relatively large farm managed by one little boat. And you're benefiting the ecosystem. And not just locally, but also globally. Because seaweed is a huge carbon sink, and that fights climate change. Plus, if you are in an area doing super cool things like California that just returned 250 miles of coastline to the indigenous people for stewardship, you can have some amazing cultural revitalization because previously a lot of cultural practices were lost based on, quote unquote, ownership of such things. There's so many things we can do with this, and I hope you think my little drawing is inspiring.